Willie D. Live.
I'm saying if I was someone that was buying and selling all the time, I probably would have sold at that time, but I just kept it. So now it's down again, but it's still a very solid company. It's still, look, like for the first time in my life, I had a Tesla Model X Plaid, right? Have you ever drove around me in that car?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the fastest car in America, right? It's faster than a Bugatti. I love the gull-wing doors. I love the auto drive. It's got full self-driving. I went, my lease was ending, and I went and test drove every competitor that I could find. I test drove the BMW i7. I checked out the new Escalade, the electric one. I checked out, what else? Some of the various Mercedes electric cars, even like the Maybach SUV and so forth. And after going through all that work, I bought the exact same car again. This is the first time in my life I ever did that. Usually I get something different. But I was like, I can't find anything better than this right now.
Man, that Tesla ain't all of that, man. That's why that shit be blowing up and stuff. It be catching on fire.
No, it doesn't. No.
So you haven't seen these stories where the Tesla caught on fire and stuff?
Listen, every car, you could find any car manufacturer with a car on fire. Are Teslas constantly bursting into flames? Absolutely not. I've had like 5 Teslas. They've all been great. I've never had a problem. Plus, and the thing about the Teslas also is that, and this is when I went through and test drove all the other cars, nobody's software is anywhere near where Tesla's is. The auto drive capability of Tesla, the fact that I can get in my car, take my foot off the gas, take my hands off the steering wheel, it will drive, stop at stop signs, stop at red lights, take turns, slow down, stop, and so forth, get on the freeway, switch lanes, get on the freeway, off the freeway. No car company even remotely has that type of technology. You know what every other car company has? Enhanced cruise control.
Have you gotten to a point to where you're so comfortable with that auto drive that you can sit like a passenger?
Yeah.
Like a real passenger if a human being was driving the car?
See, it doesn't let you do that. So every couple of minutes, you have to touch the steering wheel.
Okay.
Right? And you also can't, get on your phone and stuff like that. It actually tracks your eyeballs. So if you're, looking down, looking away, not really looking at the road, it'll start to beep. And
so what's the purpose of it driving you if you can't look away and do something,
Well, because you're not actually – the actual act of driving has been eliminated. So you don't really have to drive. You could just basically just sit there. And you watch, and you can check your phone occasionally. You can't just be on your phone scrolling for 5 minutes. You can check your phone, check your email, put it down, and then just go back to watching the road.
What's the wildest thing that you've ever done while that Tesla was driving itself?
There have been some sexual activities that have occurred while I was in the driver's seat. I'm not going to lie about that. That's definitely happened. And let me tell you this. I don't want this to be taken the wrong way. You shouldn't drink and drive. But if you do, you know what I'm saying? I remember, a few weeks ago, after my interview with Stevie J, he invited us to Mr. Chow's, and there were some other people there. We're all taking shots and everything else like that. At the end of the night, I was kind of blitzed. I probably shouldn't have been driving home. I'm not proud of this. But I jumped in my car, I put it on auto drive, and I got home very safely because I really was not driving, barely at all.
So what's next?
What's that?
Somebody's going to use that as a defense. Somebody's going to get pulled over for DUI, and they're going to use that as a defense, and they are going to win.
Well, you do have completely driverless cars. If you drive around L.A., especially the Hollywood area where I'm at a lot these days, you have Waymo, which is completely driverless taxis. The car pulls up with no one in it. You get in the back seat. There's no driver, and it takes you to where you need to be.
So you can get in there drunk if you want to.
Absolutely. It's like getting into a taxi drunk.
Yeah.